Hello, people. Hello, all you people. I remember I was at the Aragon Ballroom. The lights went out, house lights went out, and this started playing. You know what this is. Oh man, the whole crowd was going crazy. Everyone was nuts. And then, yeah, it was off the rails. Oh no, what? Yeah, that's what happened. It got real in the Aragon Ballroom. It was turned into the Aragon Brawl Room, and people were moshing, and the security detail, I saw it with my own eyes. People were moshing. Somebody got thrown up, lifted, vaulted right to the stage, and the security guard didn't push the guy back. He punched him. Bam! And I think that guy was like, this is the best show of my life. Yes, Slayer. Hello. Welcome back to another show, another week. We'll see. We'll see what happens if I freeze up because of technical issues or if I freeze up because of age-related issues. I'm not wearing my rings. I feel naked without my rings. That's a production note. So I don't think it's going to affect the lack of quality for this show. And I just want to welcome everybody from the parking lot. Who's all here? I mean, it's like you guys are pre-gaming like crazy. We got Mark. We got Hans. We got Mark. We got Ray. Hello. We got Mike. We got Kevin. We got Andrew. We got Zach. We got It's Terrific, Tim. Where do the drunks sit? I've got my bottle of Tito's. Oh man, how much Tito's do you need to drink, Tim? You'd probably have to get quite a bit. Tito's. Some Tito's going on. Are you gonna bring the Tulsa to Tito's? That'd be awesome. Like to see you there, John. Someone is late. I wasn't really late. I was setting it up. What's up? You start talking before the video clicks in, Jeff. This happens every week. When the live kicks in, the sound comes on, but you are in mid-sentence. That's probably a brain problem where I just start talking mid-sentence. That's how I pick, like, every time. I never start a phone conversation with hello. I just start, like, so anyway, then I says, it's like mid-sentence. And I do that because I want people to understand I was living a life before you called. I'm going to live a life after I hang up. The funny thing is I don't talk on the phone. Nobody who talks on the phone. Our phones are for selfies. Oh no, the screen went black when Jeff was about to say what happened during the mosh pit. No, it didn't. Where did KBB? Oh, okay. So Keelan Patrick Burke announced a new book in April, kind of ruined Paul's surprise. So you think that's related to Suntop? They couldn't be separate? I suggest pausing for a moment like Paul Suntop does before beginning your stuff. Thank you, Hans. That is helpful. I appreciate it. I bet you hey, Paul goes way long. Like he's sitting there looking at all the names coming up, saying hi to everybody. He's like, for the first 6 minutes is greeting people, which is nice. It's his time to talk to the fans and the customers, unlike Richard Chismar. I hear Jeff with my sound off. No, Jeff, you don't understand, but I'm used to that. No, I know what you're saying. I agree. I would love a Suntop kin. Phil, good to see you, Phil. Patty's here. Hi, Patty. Sounds like I get 3 more months without buying a Suntop. So I would love a Suntop kin. I have kin. I read kin. Kin is awesome. Do you remember when I interviewed Keelan Patrick Burke for guests? Which I'm currently reading. It's in my It's in my read pile right here. What am I currently reading? Guests. This is the artist edition, not the numbered. No, not the numbered. Started this morning, so I was reading that. I'm also reading Bloodlines. Rob Walton, Bloodlines. Just gonna start it. I didn't start it yet. It's a comic, so I'll probably devour it pretty quickly. I've been jonesing for it. I need a break. I need a break from all the McCammon I've been reading. Some to get me out of the Matthew Corbett stuff. Just to break it up a little bit. 2 books in a row was a lot. Greetings and salutations, Stephen Wayne Elster Jr. Good to see you. I hope it is Kin, and I can sell my CD Kin arc for more than it is worth. I remember when I first discovered CD, and it was 2011, and I bought. You know what? Hold on a second. Hold on. I had to rearrange all my shelves because of and I'll get to that. That's on deck. So when I first discovered Cemetery Dance, I bought it, the 25th anniversary edition. It was already published. I mean, think about that. The book was announced. They did all the pre-orders for it, and it was published, and it still wasn't sold out. 2011 was a whole different world in the collecting community. Just crazy. So that's when Cemetery Dance came onto my radar. And yes, that makes sense. Okay, so I just had to verify. Kin was published in 2011 from CD. So when I bought the 25th anniversary edition of it, I saw Kin there. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. This sounded really good. I'm like, that's probably dark. It's probably like off season, I'm like, I was really up for it. And I don't know why, I just lingered. I didn't pull the trigger. And I think it sold out. And that's when I discovered, these books are not like other books. These books will go out of print and then you can't get them. So years later, I met somebody who was in the CD forum who also worked downtown Chicago. He's like, hey, I got a stack of books I'll just give you. I don't want them anymore, and I need shelf space. Like, he's an awesome guy, really great guy, and he gave me Kin, as well as some other Cemetery Dance books. He's not so happy with me lately because how anti-Chiz I am, and he's a Cemetery Dance subscriber, so he's a loyalist, which is fine. We're all different people. We're all different persuasions. That's cool. You're digging it. You want it. That's fine. You like the abuse? No, I mean, he's a good guy. I'm not slamming him. And it was extremely generous to finally get a copy of this book, and I was dying to get it. I read it like right after Brother, and I will say that would be a hell of a double. It's a hell of a double feature if you read Brother and then Kin. It's an awesome book. It is an awesome book. So I don't know how many of you have read it. Obviously, Hans has the arc. So he's sitting on that little gold mine right there. What did I miss? What did I miss that you guys are saying? Jeff reading guests. Keelan Patrick Burke, Suntop confirmed. Now, Phil, there's a very logical explanation. There has been talk on the chatters. I know what the April book is, so I'm not going to talk about what the April book is. But there has been talk on the chatters and chatters on the talk on the socials about I did see what Keelan Patrick Burke wrote about. I don't remember what it was entirely, so I don't quote me, or I won't quote it because I'll get it wrong. But talking about a book in April. Big news. I think that's what he said. Big news in April. So I did see that, and I'm like, damn, I've been meaning to read more Keelan Patrick Burke. I just finished Providence Rider, and I'm going to be reading Rob Walton's Bloodlines and Guests. So it's like, that knocked me off the fence like Damn, I haven't heard from him in a while. And it made me remember what I had forgotten so long ago. Let's get a beer. Let's get a beer going. Let's check in with the Magic Duff Bucket. Magic Duff Bucket, there you go. And it is one of these Euro trash beers. This is Ben de Foible, whatever. It's a French pale ale. We're popping off at 6.5 ABV. The French don't jeff around. They put it right there, the ABV, because they know that's what you want. The last one I had was really good. The French one. This is from that variety pack. Anyway, so it's not confirmed. It's not confirming Kin for April. Would you guys be stoked for Kin in April? Mike was said that he would have 3 months where he didn't have to worry about it. So, if that's actually the book, I would buy that. Hints were not very good. Hints this time. No, Kin was good, but Brother did it better. I don't know, man. I don't know. There was something about Kin that, but Brother was excellent. So I'm not bashing Brother at all. They were both excellent. I really liked both of them. I just read Psycho this past weekend. I read My Son Tup Numbered. It was a nice experience and a great first time read. It's a great book. That is a great story. And the only thing I wish is that I could have read it brand new without knowing the whole story, because it's such a discussed movie. You know, it's much talked about because it really fried some brains when it was released. Well, as the Alfred Hitchcock movie. But yeah, could you imagine reading that with fresh eyes, not knowing a thing? Wild stuff. Great book. I agree. I didn't think the hints were as fun this time, but that's okay. Yeah. Here comes the Jeff Crack. Jeff Crack? Beer? You thought it was the novelization of the Patrick Swayze classic Kin. Was he in a movie called Kin? Oh, that's good, man. The French, they know how to surrender and make a great beer. And also beignets and a whole New Orleans stuff, man. Thank you to the French. I'm part French. That's what I hear. That's what I hear from lies and rumors. I'm French. My sister is the family historian. She's blocked me on Facebook, so I can't confirm nor disconfirm the whole French aspect of my lineage. Oui. But I dig their beer, so maybe there's some truth to it. Hello, Lance. Good to see you. Ive Manos. Good to see you. The two clues that point to KPB are Keelan's post and the fact that the book is signed by the author, who is also the artist, but that's not 100% Keelan Patrick Burke. Can't we come up with more authors that also illustrate? That would be Chad Lutsky, Clive Barker, Thief of Always. Think about that. Am I telling you what the book is, pretending that I don't know what it is? I'm just saying that there are authors that also illustrate. Lori Lee Brahm's husband, Brahm, is an author and illustrator who just did Slewfoot. Oh. Am I putting too much out there into the ether? It could be any of these people. Brahm, Clive Barker, Chad Lutsky. Yeah. Barker, Hans said. Besides Barker, of course. Okay. Jess, I miss your currently reading section in the newsletter. Did you get rid of it because of Dune? I didn't know. I got rid of it because of laziness. I'm trying to figure out the formula to the newsletter, so I wrote the first part. Like the big sort of homily, sermon, I don't know what you'd call it. And then I try to go into other areas. And then by the time I get to the currently reading thing, it was depressing because everything was so stalled out. I'm just like, it's embarrassing to me. It diminishes my brand by sitting on these books for ages. So I just took it out and I never put that section back in. But I will because it's moving along. It's like I took the X-Lax. The train's rolling again, you know? It's working through the pipes. So I will put that back in. But I'm sorry you missed out on that. Hey, yo, we got Mitch. Mitch is here. Good to see you, Mitch. And was Kin ever released as a trade? I don't think so, Hans. I don't think so. I'm not sure, though. Wait, no, yes, it was. Yes, it was. Sorry, because that's how I read it. I actually have the paperback somewhere. It was released as a trade. I didn't have the limited. And then my buddy hooked me up. Really great guy, man. Really great guy. Props to him. Yeah. So it did. It did. Oh, yes. Mitch was not doing well. He had to drink Pedialyte because the flu was going through his house. You got little ones, you're going to have the flu, you know. There were quite a few surprises in the novel opposed to the Hitchcock film. One even made me gasp. My wife thought I was having a spell. Really? I'm trying to think what the only thing I'm thinking about Psycho, the movie versus the book, is that the book goes into Norman's fascination with the occult. And it goes into his mother's love affair with the guy. So there's a lot more to the story than the movie. And the movie was brilliant, just brilliant. The movie adds the cop. There's a cop in the movie that isn't in the book, which tweaks that suspense up a notch, which is a really nice effect. I think there's a beginning part that it can lag, and I think Hitchcock did it brilliantly, where he added that cop to push you back up to heighten your nerves, you know, to put you out on the high wire. And I think that really worked. But but Flash, if you wanted to say what was that made you gasp, Jeff, I don't want to hear the Swayze come out of your mouth until you have seen Kin. Okay, I have to. You're right. I have to. Keelan Patrick Burke was almost a lock with the clue, and he clinched it with his spoiler. Tim is certain he's putting money down. Chad Lutsky, Thunderstorm book shipping this week. Can't wait. Yes, I got all that too. I'm going to show that. Wait, did Christopher Bauer say something that I ignored or missed? I missed something. I don't see what. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I miss it up here? No. Hello, Dave. Good to see you. Good to see you. Huh. I'm just scrolling, guys. I'm just trying to catch up. I can't believe the size of the supplemental volume of 1,100 pages with June's book. I know. It's bonkers. I know what the June book is, too. Jared made me happy this week. Oh, with Children of Dune. Yeah. Replacement caps for Dune Messiah. Oh, awesome. Good job. I'm glad that was straightened out for you. Ah, yes, I didn't have number 1, so I wasn't going to bother me, but that was great news. Oh, yeah. The shower scene. Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah. You're right, Flash. You're right. The shower scene in the book. Oh, man. It's more brutal, but less time dedicated to. It's weird. It's a weird thing. It's like, yeah, they couldn't have done that in the movie. Not a cop, a detective. Was he a detective? I didn't realize that. I thought he was a uniformed patrolman. Oh, that's right. Wait. Yes, because then there was a used car. She goes in to trade the car, and then there's somebody else asking about her there. Was it the same guy? Yeah, I think so. Okay. You're right. You're right. I'm not a cop. No. So there is a patrol cop that pulls her over on the side of the road. And then there is somebody poking around the car when she's there trading in the car. And then there's a whole other private detective. It's different, totally different things I'm thinking of. But I could have them wrong. I had forgotten about the text on the cap for Dune Messiah being slightly off. It shows how much Jared cares about his book. Yeah. Yep. June is going to be pricey. Martin Balsam played the detective. Do you know what I'm talking about, Hans, or am I getting it wrong? I thought it was a patrolman that sees her sleeping in the car, and it wasn't related to the private detective who works with the woman's sister. Anyway, whatever. We had some things that people were talking about. Like this here. Let's we're gonna try this. It might shoot the thing down, but here it is. Thunderstorm Books, The Bed Makers, Chad Lutsky and John Bowden. I would love to buy this book. And you can. Black Voltage, $110. 60 copy limited edition, The Bed Makers. I have it. I'm going to get to it. Going to read it. Although I don't know if I want to read about Chicago in 1979. I was 7 years old. So I don't know if I was around these two elderly men. Of course, they're fictitious. I understand that. This is good. Mitch, I know the Germans have the breweries and they're the brewmeisters. But the French, man, they got something going on, Mitch. They got something going on. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if you know, I know I'm wearing the Rapture sweatshirt. You know, it's kind of blasphemy here. It's like, you know, it's like going to a vampire's house and drinking holy water or something. I don't know what the good analogy would have been, but it's that ship has sailed. We've moved on. Time just keeps flowing. You could throw out a life preserver. You ain't getting the joke back, and it wasn't really a good joke, so let it drown. So yeah, you can get it. Bedmakers ships this week. Copy still available. I don't know how many. Date March 2024. Bedmakers. Number one, my mother-in-law is a fantastic bed maker. Makes a bed every day. I think that keeps her, you know, there's a regiment. You follow a regiment. Routine can keep you on some rails, man. Strict discipline. You don't know when good housekeeping is going to come kicking the door down. Yes, but the patrol cop was such a small scene in the movie. I assume you meant the detective who has a major role. Yeah, the patrol cop though is a device that Hitchcock included to keep that tension high. So that's all I was saying. Yes, it was a very minor thing, but it's an intense moment. That cop, man, is, and I can imagine seeing it in a theater where that cop's face is like right there. Oh, what are you doing? Sleeping in a car. She's got stolen money, 40 grand. What are you doing? You know, and there's a lot. It's a lot. Fact check that book. The French can do some tasty taste. Yeah, I think they can. I'm taking a break from the Matthew Corbett series to read Tyler Jones' Heavy Oceans. It is excellent. Then on to Queen of Bedlam. Queen of Bedlam, bonkers. Great book. Loved it. Probably my favorite so far. Speaks of Nightbird. Pardon me. Queen of Bedlam. Mr. Slaughter was great. Providence Rider. I got to give it to Stephen Dwayne Ellison Jr. He said it was the worst book in the series. It did dip. I gave it 4 stars because it's like I still enjoy going back to 1703 or 1702. This book actually goes to 1703. And just, historical fiction, it's fun. But I felt like this installment was a little too fun. You know what I mean? Like, the stakes weren't high enough. The consequences weren't dire enough. It was the same fatal flaw in Scarlet Gospels for me. That fatal flaw was that Harry D'Amour was never in any danger. In that he's in hell with all these people. One of them is a blind woman. And they're just cracking jokes, walking through hell. And it was so lame. Oh, it was so awful. And if you don't feel tension, if you don't feel terror for the characters, then what's the point? You're not on any hook, And that's how I was feeling with Providence Rider. I didn't feel like... Matthew Corbett didn't seem like he was afraid. And some of the situations he was in Providence Rider were like horrible. And he just kind of comes out of it on the other side with like, nope, no problem. Not affected at all. Not feeling, so that tension didn't translate to the reader, being me, because I'm not in anyone else's brain when they're reading books. And so it just didn't translate. Heavy Oceans is awesome, though, John. I hope you enjoy it. I really loved it. I really liked it. Good stuff. Big thumbs up. And in other Tyler Jones news, Night of the Long Knives is coming along. He says he's seen the art for the cover. Oh, that's a great read. Heavy Oceans is great. Night of the Long Knives is even better. So, Tyler Jones fan here, man. I do got to read Almost Ruth, Criterion, Dark Side of the Room. I got a lot to catch up with, but looking forward to every minute of it. Yeah. Yeah, I am. Dog. Midas was awesome. Heavy Oceans, Night of the Long Knives. Great stuff, man. You guys are going to have a good year. Good year from Earthling. Did you get your hair touched up recently? Yes, I did. It was actually cut last week, I think. I don't remember when I get my hair cut. I just go to sleep. When I'm done with this live, I'll just go into a tube and hibernate till the next week. And then producer Jill gives me all the notes, and I go live. She keeps threatening to unplug my life support. That's a fun joke. Little known fact, Jeff actually has a no fun tramp stamp. He got it at Woodstock 99. No fun tramp stamp. No, 7-second delay. Sorry. Some jokes are just not good. And I'm sparing you. That's funny. It lacked a great villain. So, Providence Rider, actually, you meet Professor Fell. So to say it lacked a great villain is an interesting thing. I mean, because in my review of it, and I'm not going to spoil anything, John, don't worry. You get a lot of, like, exposition. A lot of understanding of the forces that Matthew Corbett is up against as part of the Herald Agent. Oh, you didn't even read Queen of Bedlam. Yeah, I should shut up. Sorry, John. But you get an idea of what he's facing in this series. So you get I think it's an important book to connect some dots for readers. So I don't think you can avoid it. And I did like it. Jeff, I will race you to Leviathan. You are probably going to win. You're probably going to win because I'm a slow reader, but I'm going to get it read. I'm going to get everything read. So Providence Rider, River of Souls, Freedom of the Mask, Cardinal Black, King of Shadows, 7 Shades of Evil, all will be read by the time Leviathan's released so that when I sit at the book launch event at Alabama Booksmith listening to Robert McCammon talk, I will be a fully informed old man. I got my Thunderstorm Burn the Plans in the chapbook today. It was an amazing book. Thunderstorm makes the best end papers for sure. Their end paper game is fun. They do a good job with their end papers. I agree. We can attest to Jeff's lack of a trance stab, unfortunately. Yeah, see? So you didn't get butt crack, but you saw. But you don't know if I put makeup on there. Like foundation to hide it. You don't know. I might be a wizard at makeup. He was underwhelming in that book. Yeah, he was. Hey, Chad's here. Chad, look what we were just talking about. I gotta verify. We were just talking about this, Chad. Chad Lutzke's in the house, on the couch surfing that creeps right to your living room areas. Good to see you, Chad. Oh, cheers to Chad. Chad, I still wanted, I was going to write you an email asking you what you said last week at the live about how my newsletter was going to set you off on the hypocrisy of the horror community. I got it. You know what? I won't share it with anybody. You could tell me. But I was itching to hear that. Because I tell you, sometimes I get a glimpse of the horror community, the writing community part of it. And I don't like what I see in quite a bit of it. So I can probably feel your pain and understand where you're coming from, because it's weird. It's weird. It's like, are we here for, like, because here's the thing. I don't know. I'm not an author, so I don't know how you feel about it, but I don't see like Chad Lutzke competing with Philip Fracassi, competing with Tyler Jones, competing with Clive Barker. Like, you guys aren't competition for each other. You know what I mean? It's not, I don't think author to author is a competition, especially when you consider what's behind me right now. Stacks of books from all these different authors, because we all love to learn and read new authors. You know what I mean? So, but I see some in the horror community drag others down and act like it's the soda war, like Pepsi versus Coke. I mean, it's silly for people to act that way, because I don't think you guys are competition. I think you're a community. And I think some people don't act right, and they don't treat it like a community, and they're complete assholes. But that's just the peek I get behind the curtain. And I guarantee if you peek behind the curtain of any industry, any group of people, you're not going to like what you see. Because here's the thing. You get a group of people, and they all sudden, and there's always some douchebag trying to get to control that group and be a source of power. And even in the arts, man, even in the arts. Got bruises today. My next read, oh cool, bruises on a butterfly. Nice. They have been doing that for a long time as far as I'm concerned. Oh, Subterranean announced a bunch of stuff I have no interest in. I love that. Boys in the Valley won Book Brawl or whatever in Books of Horror. I know, I got that on deck. We're gonna look at the brackets to see exactly who we beat. It's not competition. It's just loads of bullies, apathy, and knee-jerk reaction. Loads of it. There are a lot of good eggs out there, but there are a lot of bad ones. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Definitely agree. Some people never grew past high school. Appreciate that, Mark. Hope you dig bruises on a butterfly. I see your point, Jeff, but Coke is better than Pepsi. Amen, Andrew. Yes, Coke is better than Pepsi. I would have wanted Subterranean's edition of Babel, but it didn't like the art. It looks like a YA book. Are you talking about yourself trying to climb to the top of the Fracassi Freaks admins? I'm gonna get you guys taken out one by one. Wait, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, you were talking about, where are we at? So somebody brought up Subpress. Here it is. Here's the newsletter. Doorway to the Stars. You want it? I don't. Jack McDevitt. Good for Jack. I don't. We shipped all pre-orders for Doorways to the Stars. That's great. I just don't care. The Moon Maid. This isn't Moon the Maid. So see, this is where grammar and syntax comes in. Because if you have Moon the Maid, that might be a Chuck Tingle book. But the Moon Maid is somebody who cleans up the moon? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's a pass. Oh, it's the Centennial Edition. Didn't realize. Oh, see? I just blasphemed. Michael Vaughn is super pissed at me. Can you hear him screaming in the Vaughn Manor over there? No, you can't, because he's a very subdued guy. He's a real nice guy. Edgar Rice Burroughs is the Moon Maid. Okay, so it's an ERB. OG ERB. But again, I don't care about the person in charge of maintaining the moon, you know? And then here, what's this? The 60s. 79 Dreams, John Crowley. Maybe it's very cool. Maybe these are the best books I will ever want. It's just like right over my head. The Desert Spear. Hello, ladies. Do you like my Desert Spear? It sparkles. And that's just my reaction to this cover. Look at me. I'm on a pedestal. He works hard for those abs. Then we got Also the Cat by Rachel Swervsky. It's Swervsky, not Swervsky. But anyway, No Desire. Sorry, I'm not bashing these books. It's just like, and that's it. There's the thing. So I'm bringing it to your attention, you all, if you want any of that action. I saw that about Boys in the Valley. Very happy for Philip Fracassi. Not the book brawl. The bracket is 'Tis Fun. Yes. I don't like the art at all, but I got to retain Quang rights. Yes, it seems like there are a lot of petty people in the horror. There are. Pepsi every day. Mark, you are just like, we're yin and yang, Mark. Yin and yang. Although I don't really like Kiss. They're a gimmick. But they got some catchy poppy rock songs. What are you going to do? I adore Anthrax. And they adore... And Scotty Ian adores Kiss. So what are you going to do? You know? Oh, by the way. This is fun. Look at this. Oh, you probably can't see. Let me move it. Oh, it went away. There was an Ozempic ad. There was an Ozempic ad served up to me because I'm Oprah Winfrey, I guess. And I was just going to share it with you in case you want some Ozempic. You know, the latest big pharma golden child, I don't know, favored son, I don't know. Coke is greater than Pepsi. Yes, it is. Only thing that's on press is Lansdale and the occasional block book that is not for me. So, yeah, and the Vandermeer I wanted, but nobody orders a Jack and Pepsi. Rum and Coke, Jack and Coke. It's true. Nobody orders a rum and, yeah. Nobody orders a rum and Pepsi. Yeah. No, you're right. Desert Spear is Grim Oak. Supposed to be a good series. Okay. I had Grim Oak on deck too. Yeah, let's just do that then. So I had Grim Oak here. I didn't know. Grim Oak, swag bags. Swag bags, it sounds like something that a guy experiences when he mows the lawn in high humidity. Oh, I was out mowing the lawn, now I got swag bags. I need a cold shower and maybe a cold Coke because I got swag bags. ECCC, swag bags, full moon, and an important date. So, oh, I see. Yeah, you got the spear guy right there. So ECCC is Emerald City Comic Con. I was not there, despite what this newsletter says about Jeff. Becky, Jeff, and I met so many lovely people. And then they're talking about that swag bag. It must have been humid in the Emerald City. What is the Emerald City? I don't even know. Okay. And then available now is the Desert Spear, the Summer Tree, Guy Gavriel K, and Peter Brett. You could shop it now. You could shop the shit out of this right now. And then this Wednesday, owners of Stormfront can order their matching Full Moon. It sounds like an 80s synth song. You and the full moon. I don't know. I can't do it. Like I can't improv. I should have gone to Second City to do the improv stuff. That would have been fun. Ships have sailed, man. When you anyway, so that's Grim Oaks. Grim Oak. So I say Grim Oaks. Like in Chicago, there was a grocery chain called Jewel. And people would say, I'm going to Jewel's. Want me to get anything at Jewel's? Probably because the other major chain was Dominic's. And it was called Dominic's. It's like his store. And so I guess people just felt like they wanted to let everybody know. Jewel's. Going to the Jewel's. You want me to get some hamburger buns? Hamburger? Want me to get some old style? Because it was Chicago. So I say Grim Oaks. Grim Oaks. Seattle is Emerald City. So I don't think they get swag bags in Seattle right now, do they? Is it humid there? Jeff, I'm eating after this. Please stop saying swag bags. Oh. You got to blame Sean Speakman, right? Because that's Grim Oaks. I'm going to say Grim Oaks from now on. It's not even my choice. In the South, a Coke is a blanket term for any sody pop. Yep. Also in the South, Pepsi is a blanket term for nothing. Man, you are really burning. You're dishing on Pepsi right now. And even if you order them with Coke, tons of bars are using Pepsi. Probably. They might be. Hello, Sean. Sean's here. Sean Ford's here. Please keep your swag in your bag. My former home, Seattle, a beautiful city. I would like to visit maybe once. Isn't that where they got the chop zone? The chop zone where no cops were allowed and people were just like free to kill everybody? That was fun. Or Chad. Chapel Hill Autonomous Zone. It was Chaz. And then they changed it to Chop because they realized Chaz is sort of like a privileged white guy way of saying Charles. So they're like, well, we can't be Chaz. Chapel Hill Autonomous Zone. So now we're Chop. Because, man, if you come in here, we're going to probably machete you. And you can't say we got accused of false advertising. Wait, did a second Pip pop out for a second? Who's Pip? I love Jules, but Ralph's was better. Coke plus sweaty balls for those times when you swag bag. Kevin for the win. Coke equals brown sugar water, which is fine. Got a split. Good night. Flash. Phil was like, I can't be here for this. Lived in Bothell for a while. Great times. Take it easy, Flash. Later, Flash. I still love me some brown sugar water. You gotta love it. I lived in Seattle from 99 to 2008. I just can't do it because when we were moving, I mean, Seattle, whether it's true or not, somebody who's never been in Seattle, my perception is it's always raining. It's 9 months out of the year. It is raining or whatever, what have you. And rain means no sun, right? My perception, I can't take it. Producer Jill and I were just talking about this year. This year, Chattanooga and Tennessee got hit with snow. And it's like, I guess it's a 1 in every 10 year occurrence. The last time they had anything like it, it was 1993. So actually 20 years ago, whatever it was. Or 2004. I don't remember, but it sounded like it was Pennywise type of situation. Every so often the snow hits, and even with that crazy snowstorm here in Tennessee, producer Joe was just saying, man, I can't believe spring is right around the corner, and it felt like we didn't even have a winter. Even though we had like 10 inches of snow, it didn't feel oppressive. And like, God, by the time in Chicago, by February 4th, you're dying. I mean, I was. November, I remember November. November is like the darkest month of the year. And, it sets off all the gloom. And like, the best thing about all the snow was that it reflects the light and everything feels brighter. But still, by February, you got that gray, sooty snow. Everything's depressing. And it just doesn't feel oppressive. So the sunshine, I can't do Seattle long term, but I would like to visit. I'd like to visit every major city just to get a taste. Just to get a taste of it. Oh my God, I just got a notice. I have a package coming from California. It has to be my Fracassi package. So much good stuff in that box. Oh my God, Philip is it coming from Culver City? Yeah, Philip is packing up all the Kickstarter and Patreon, the chapbooks, the screenplay book. It's all on its way. And oh my God, speaking of that, I know you guys saw it. And I got to say, Tim posted his Godfather right before I posted my Godfather unboxing. Tim posted his Senior Girls Bayonet Drill Team unboxing right before I posted mine. And then I finally got the scoop on Tim, and I put up my Child Lone Strangers before Tim did. Again, not that there's a competition, because Tim brings his own flavor of fun to his unboxings. I bring my flavor of nonsense to mine, and we all benefit. And I would say it's always fun to see what other people, how they interpret or interact with these books. But yeah, man, I tell you, I gotta say, this is like, when I got Gone South, I'm like, that is the most amazing. This book is amazing, and then when you consider the price point for it, it's just mind-boggling how awesome this edition is. And the story is awesome. I love it. This is like, I say it's tied with Gone South. The only reason I would say that, because they're very similar. They're very similar in the way they feel. But this has the advantage of the bite of this embossed, of this foil stamp is a little deeper. I dig it, man. It is really cool. But Gone South has like a texture to the leather where this is totally smooth. Two trade-offs, but I think that makes them just totally, they're tied. And I'm so, like, I am sad that I don't have the lettered with the sprayed edges. That looked gorgeous. Brian James Freeman is just, man, I am so happy for him. He's rocking it. And that lettered is amazing. And I would have loved, can I just get the top edge stain, Brian? Can you just done that? You didn't have to do the whole thing. Because it's a numbered edition. I get it. But if you could have just done the top, because actually that's where we see the stars, right? Up. So up on the top, you could have done the stars. Just one side, maybe. How complicated do you think it would be if I did my own top edge stain? Yeah, no, that wasn't even funny as a throwaway line. That was not good. But damn, this is just a stellar production. Anthony's here. Good to see you. Can't wait to get those goodies from Philip. Yeah, so Mike, it's coming. It's coming. We had the lamest winter here in Southwest Michigan. Love it. Yeah, I heard a friend of mine has a business in Chicago still, heating and air business, and it's killing them because the winter was so mild in Chicago that it just didn't matter. But it's still gloomy, you know? So, like, even if it doesn't snow, was it gloomy? I don't know. I wasn't there. So that to me makes all the difference, because we considered moving to Colorado because for me, it was days of sunshine. And Colorado, Denver, and some of the outlying areas, an affordable part of Colorado, I think it was Grand Junction, Colorado, I was looking at. I don't remember. Had 300 days of sunshine. Chattanooga gets 211. So 300 days of sunshine? Yes! That's what I need, but I don't need the snow. So it was Tennessee. Tennessee won out. What am I missing? So just got my Fracassi Limited Levidian, and I love it. Yeah. And totally missed that a bonus story was included. Oh, yeah, Hot Red Dress. You got to check that out, man. Winters in North Dakota are brutal. I lived there on and off from 2008 to 2018. Seattle. That's just a misperception. I can't picture Seattle being an improvement from being stuck in Illinois. I would not call it an improvement, but I would like to see other cities, you know, just to travel this country. Tuesday is Joe Hill late returns day. Anyone else buy Full Throttle and Getting First Crack? I know Tyler Jones is itching for that. So it's crappy because why did Sub Press do fewer copies of Late Returns? Knowing Full Throttle was a sellout, why pull back? I don't understand that. You will sell at least as many as Full Throttle. It doesn't make sense. And I doubt they're going to pull a big surprise like they did with getting Stephen King to sign Full Throttle. There's no reason for Stephen King to sign this one unless Stephen King helped Joe Hill write the story, which I don't think is the case. Can't wait to get those goodies. What am I missing? Greetings, Anthony's here. Good to see you. I just watched Tim's and watched Jeff's as well. Both awesome videos. Can't get enough of this book. I know. Yeah, you're the guy with the crazy knife, and Tim is the guy with the crazy arms. And he does it sideways because he's like, you think you're going to come take these books? Ugh, like that. He's like, your head will pop off. Pop your head off like a dandelion. You think you're going to touch these books. That's intentional. I keep waiting for him to come up. God rest his soul, keep waiting for Mean Gene Okerlund to walk up. And then Tim to go, I'm the cream of the crop. Yeah. Like throw the little half and half at him. Oh, yeah, you got to be the cream of the crop. Maybe at Fracassi Fest, if Tim goes, him and I will recreate a WWF promo. We'll get Mitch to be Mean Gene, and we'll act like we're gonna take on Hulk Hogan and somebody. I don't know. We just talk like that. Already. I don't like the idea. Erase. Future Jeff, go back and edit that part out. Thank you. Just do it. Love the typography of Child, but agree, Jeff. Child and Gone South are tied. Yeah. Yup, my Sabbath package notification gonna be so cool. Yes. I'm also very excited to receive my Sabbath package. So now, Sabbath package is going right in there with swag bag. Because you guys keep saying my Sabbath package. Yeah, that's the tier. It's not Black Sabbath. All of the Levidian books have a great feel to them. Yeah, they do. Chad, no, but I would be equally stoked if it was Black Sabbath. No, it hasn't been gloomy either. Lots of sun. Okay, well, that's great. That's great, because that really, man, I need it. I need that. I wasn't paying attention to the Fracassi Patreon level names. I got the $50 level, so I'm a Sabbath resident? Like, Hans is coming out there with the humble brag. He's flexing on all you haters. Wait, I didn't realize I'm at the top. I'm in the penthouse with Philip Fracassi and Drake and French Montana. We're all up in his house. Yeah, you are a Sabbath resident at the $50 level. You're getting everything. Is Tim going to come to Fracassi Fest for sure? I don't know. He's hitting the Tito's, so maybe he's very open to suggestions, Mitch. Due to technical difficulties, the Jeff Word portion of Fracassi Fest is under review. That's why Philip isn't here tonight. He is packing up books. His house looks so full, right? Hans, are you heading to the Tulsa in August? I'm currently in negotiations with the wife. John, please go. Bring your Cenobites, and I will sign them. Signed by the artist, Jeffrey Terry. In a practiced hand. It's a joke, John. I am not one who thinks my signature is worth anything. I do have signed books. You want to buy? I just found a stash. Check this out. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Yeah. I'm actually a published author. I'm in this book, But Did You Die? When I was a daddy blogger. Setting the parenting bar low. But did you die? And I am the last story in here. Actually, I'm the second to the last, I think. And oh, wait, am I the third to last? Oh, man, I don't know. But somebody commented that the collection, this anthology, was great at the start, and then it had diminishing returns, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse all the way through. And I'm the third to the last story. The Cure for Parenthood by Jeff Terry. Jeff and Jill went up the hill. The thing is, I wrote this piece, and I sent it to Jen Mann, who edited this. She doesn't have her name on it. Jen Mann is a huge mommy blogger. I mean, in influence, I'm not talking about her body. I'm just saying, like, her influence is huge. And Jen Mann, right? Oh, am I messing it up? Let me see. And I sent it off, and nobody at all yeah, people I'd like to punch in the throat is her blog. And yeah, Jen Mann. Anyway, she did not edit my story at all. I'm like, here, I wrote it. Here you go. You want it in the anthology. Please let me know what I need to do to make it ready for prime time. And she said, there you go. It's in. Now you got exposure. Exposure for Jeff and Jill Went Up the Hill blog. I got paid in exposure. And it just fueled my empire. Like, we're comparable to Harpo Studios right now. Anyway, I need one of those books. You need one of those, the cure for parenting. You need But Did You Die? You do? I can sign one and send it along to you, Mitch. You don't need it. You don't need it. But it's a fun thing. It's like history. It's my personal history. John, not currently making any travel plans. If I do anything, it would probably be King Con. But there is also Books and Brews and Fracassi Fest to consider. That's a rough one, Hans, because Books and Brews is the week before. I did text you about an upcoming Joe Hill thing that is local. Nice. Well, I'd like to see you and John do a road trip across country from Massachusetts. Books and Brews is going to be near me, but it's the weekend before Fracassi, so I have to make sure my wife is willing to go to both. Well, if it's near you, you could just duck in and duck out. I need But Did You Die? I need it. I'm a parent. It's parenting advice. I don't even, you know what? And I think the lamest thing I ever wrote on my blog is like the cure for parenthood, and it's in there, and that. Mitch is a new dad again. He's being honest. No, I know. So it's too late. You're now like going to give parenting advice, whether you want to or not, because you have to pass the curse along. And I think the cure for parenthood, I said, is becoming a parent, because that fixes you to ever want to be a parent again. But because the babies, man, the babies. You know this. You just drank a whole market share full of Pedialyte. You know how it is. I must have missed the message. Is it the Nashua, New Hampshire thing? They're gonna go do Joe Hill. You know why he's Joe Hill? Because he didn't want to be Joe King. Why would Stephen King name his son Joking? Who are you, joking? I'm joking. Wait. You didn't mean what you said? No, I'm joking. Oh, yeah, but did you mean when you said you're going to murder me and my whole family? Yes, I'm joking. I mean, you couldn't go out there as Joe King. I'm sure Stephen King knew that would be the inevitable combination of the full name. But, yeah, he would just say, no, I'm Joseph. Trust me. I'm never going to be Joe. For everyone that got a Bible through the Fracassi Kickstarter, send me your letter request. We're currently potty training my toddler. Oh, my God. That is some fun times, man. My God. I think it's hugging or something. Oh my God. For everyone, okay. The Nashua thing, I don't even remember the date now. I'm sending out an update right now. You know my letter, man, E. And Stephen Wayne Allison Jr. is like not even leaving room for doubt. He's like, it's E. He doesn't care who sees it. Any open Bible availability, Mitch? Just plain. Speaking of Kickstarter, did you see the new Lansdale edited one today, New Demons? Yeah, here it is. You want to see it? Wait, that was the wrong one. I got to close these. Yes. So check it out. Here we go. Yes. Here's a little video. I don't know if you want to see it. It's
My name is Joe R. Lansdale, and with Keith Lansdale and Patrick Madonna, I'm editing an anthology titled New Demons. The demons aren't in all the stories. The demons are the writers.
The demons are the writers. He's reading. I can't stress it enough. When you're doing videos, it's never good to just read a script. Nobody talks like that. You should watch his interview with me if you want to see Joe Lansdale talk off the cuff. And the guy's brilliant. Look at that. The money just went up. They got $19,000 of their $5,000 total with 31 days to go. So it's called New Demons. Anyway, if you do a YouTube channel, if you're ever going to do a YouTube channel or any sort of speaking role, memorize what you're going to say or kind of get comfortable with what you're going to say. Don't ever read it. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. So it's an anthology. They got a hardcover and a lot of stuff. So we'll scroll through it here. New Demons hardcover. There are 161 backers out of 300. So there are 139 spots left for the New Demons, a limited edition hardcover copy. So, dudes and dudettes, this is pretty awesome because you got who do you want to see? Do you want to see who's all in here? These are the writers. I'll tell you the writers. You may have recognized a few of them. Who's that? Who's this guy here? What, are you joking? Who's this guy down here? Who's this guy over here? So what do we got? Linda Addison, Ramsey Campbell, Nancy Collins, S.A. Cosby, Christopher Golden, Grady Hendrix, Joe Hill, Nancy Holder, Gabino Iglesias, Stephen Graham Jones. I didn't notice him before. Alma Katsu, Brian Keene, Ronald Kelly, Owen King, Joe R. Lansdale, Keith Lansdale, Robin Hobb. 7-second delay. Jonathan Mayberry, Josh Malerman's in the house. Patrick McDonough, David Morrell, Chuck Palahniuk. Yeah, I shouldn't be yelling. Tanya Pell, Sherry Priest, Gary Razor. I think I've read something by him before. David J. Shaw, Chuck Wendig, and Chet Williamson. That's the lineup. Dudes, that's pretty damn awesome. So 139 of these are left. Would be fun if somebody here backs the project right now and we see that number tick down at 138. Then I'll really feel like I'm on QVC. That would be fun to see it tick down live right in front of my eyes. But we're going to scroll. We're going to keep scrolling. Right now, though, 139. Then you got the ebook for $15 if you want. Paperback for $30. Then you're going to get your Hobbs signed by Robin. It's a Fool's Quest. Signed copy of Robin Hobbs' Fool's Quest. There are 3 left out of 20. So, I don't know. Why can't I pick it? Then there's Big Lizard, which is hilarious and great. I liked it. Keith and Joe wrote it. I have it on my shelf. So, there's 1 left of 5. It's probably the SST edition. So, Tanya Pell Cicada, don't know about it. Brian Keene book bundle, if that's your thing. 5 of 5 are left. Intro into the Demons page. This reward gets your name on the dedication page in the front of the book. A Tuckerization, a Tuckerization, a Tuckerization. And then, yes, I'm not going to keep saying that. So then you get a phone call from Joe Lansdale, so you get to talk to him for $250. You will talk to him. I interviewed him. It's a great interview. The guy's a genius. Letter from the editors. Okay. All gone. Oh, these are all gone. Owen King's Curator. Signed Ramsey Campbell book bundle. Joe R. Lansdale book bundle. Christopher Golden, Joe Hill Tuckerization. You're getting Joe Hill to write your name in a book. None of them are left. That was $200. Omakatsu, Owen King, Joe Lansdale. This was cool. Signed Joe Hill novels. So you're getting a bunch of them. 4 novel set for $200. That's pretty awesome. Strange Weather, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so that's it. And I mean, I would just say that this is cool. Also, if you back it, you get your name in a Demon Crew. You get your name in there. So it's like, yeah, it's my name. This dude's illustrating it. The illustrator who did the Crawling Razor thing and the Senior Girls Bayonet Drill Team and Bubba Hotep, Cosmic Bloodsuckers. So Tim Truman. That's awesome. He's illustrating the thing. Pandy Press is doing it. That's Joe Hill. That's Joe Lansdale's publishing house. So very cool stuff, man. If you're into it, get into it. Get on it. Go check it out. Gary Razor wrote More Than Human about Texas vampires. I love the guy, but is always complaining about poor book sales when he hasn't published anything new in decades. Ooh. The Hill from Joe Hill comes from his middle name, Hillstrom. Yeah, I know. Joseph Hillstrom King. But when you say Joe Hill Joe King. That's how you would typically shorten his name. There's about a 1% chance I'll have Bibles available. Oh! Nice. Nice. So there's a chance. When I backed it this morning, there was only 9 of us at the time. So glad to see it getting there. It's way over. I mean, it's supposed to have $5,000 goal, and they're at where are they at? Their $5,000 goal was met with a quickness. It's at 19,385. So that's pretty awesome. There's still 139 out of those hardcovers left. I just checked. Hey, good to see you, Russell. Good to see you. 50 doll hairs, not bad. No, it's not bad. Yeah, Big Lizard is only SST. No one else published it that I know of. It's a fun read. Lol, Joe's going to talk that caller's ear off. He is. That's why I didn't understand why he was reading from a script. To me, that was like crazy. The guy doesn't need a script. The guy has a running river of words in his head, and then he just jumps into it. Boom. And it's flowing, and he's off to the races. So, yeah, they're going to get their $250 worth. And that's very cool. It really is. They're really backing this thing. And I'm like, they're really putting all the star power at it. New Demons. I mean, so it's a rare one that gets me excited for the damn Kickstarters. Usually I try not to, Anyway, I'm not big on anthologies. Sorry. I just recently had to rearrange all my goddamn Fracassis because I had him on one shelf and I had all his anthologies shelved elsewhere. Because there are a ton of them. So when I got Child Unknown Strangers, his already overflowing shelf, because I had his anthologies on another shelf, but then I had a few other books tucked. If you see, I sometimes put books on top of the books. They're horizontal on top of the vertical books. And it's not a good thing to do. And I do it a lot because I run out of room. And I'm sure you've been there, the junkies that you are. So when I got Child Unknown Strangers, I had to do a radical reorganization and actually I had to move my Cormac McCarthy's over to make room for the Philip Fracassi. I brought all his anthologies right back to the Philip Fracassi shelf. It would cause me a lot of joy to handle my books again, but also a lot of agita. Tim Truman, yeah. I would talk to Joe Lansdale about nothing but kung fu movies. Oh, he would love that. Joe's really going through it with his wife. Probably has his mind on her. Yeah, she's sick. I totally forgot about that. You're ringing a distant bell, Chad. I thought his wife was sick. So, yeah. Oh, man. God, getting old sucks, man. I'm telling you. Right when you should be enjoying life, you start falling apart. Okay, did the number go up? No. Yeah, I just backed. All right, let's see. Did it go down? Here, let me see. Uh-oh. Where am I at? It's all over the place now. Campaign. Where are we at? 131 left. It went down 8. It was 139. Now it's 131. Yeah, you guys are crazy. So you're getting the hardcover. It's selling out. There are 300. It'll be gone. I don't understand what you were saying about Lansdale. His wife going through. She's sick. Yeah. She has dementia. Oh, that's right. He did the talk. Oh, my God. And I missed it. At the awards. Oh, my God. Yes. Because I remember like seeing that. I'm like, I can't take anything heavy right now. And yeah, oh, that brings it all right back. Yeah, it's so sad, man. Yeah. Jeff got them 8 sales. I hope so. I doubt it, but you know, I'd like to see this thing sell out real soon. And sounds cool, man. And that you can't. The only thing I would like it better is if there were Chad Lutzke, Tyler Jones, and Philip Fracassi were in it. That would be cool. That would be awesome. And an Anya Allborn and a Thomas Oldehuvelt, maybe. Josh Mallerman's in it. Josh and Joe alone are amazing to get in there. And I do really enjoy discovering new authors. Because oh yeah. So the ones I'm most looking forward to are Josh Mallerman, Chuck Palahniuk, Stephen Graham Jones, Grady Hendrix, because I got to read those guys. I am interested in S.A. Cosby. I've never read him, so I'm dying to read him. Joe Lansdale, of course. Yeah. So there are enough heavy hitters that I'm huge fans of in this book to just tip the scale. Anyone get the Nepothene release? I passed. I caved. Got the Remark edition. Dudes, had to swoop in before the lawsuits. Because there's 2 presses. See, that we've been talking about that in the channel. There are 2 presses, both with this weird, unpronounceable name. Nepothene, Nepothe, whatever. S.A. Cosby writes good, socially aware mysteries. Well, I think we all have to be aware of society. That should be table stakes. So I'm not understanding that. Hey, Jason is here. You haven't been here the last couple of times, Jason. Dude, glad you're here. Pull up a beer. Nepothene was a tough pass, especially the Remark option. Yeah. I had to, you know what? I'm going to do a video real quick. Hold, please. I just feel like I have to do this. I know, it's kind of random. But here we go. Yeah, so I'm taking a break out of my live to share with you this French beer. I just sampled this from that pack that we just talked about. It's yummy. The French can surrender, do cheese, and do beer, apparently. Now back to my live. It is that pathetic. I've been tied up. No, it's okay, man. Just glad you're here. Not much time on Mondays lately. Okay. That's okay. I barely have time myself. We're running low, and there's like a little bit of sand in the hourglass. The 90-minute glass is just running a little low. So, but I'm glad you're here for at least the last bit. Jeff is doing a commercial break during our live. I want my money back. Oh yeah, you guys, this week is free because last week all those glitches. So this week is free. Remember that. Write it down. You're all comped. 130 left, so another one ticked down. Video inside a video. We are in uncharted waters. I am old school and have a thing against drawing in a book. $700 was quite the ask for a lettered anthology. I know. So that, again, you're pointing out, anthologies are crapshoots, really. So you got to have a certain number of anchor authors you know you need to read, and you like them so much you want the first appearance of this story. So if it's a brand new story and it's the first time it ever appeared, like Murder by Proxy was in Interzone magazine, and if you're a huge Fracassi fan, then damn it, you need that Interzone magazine, so you're a collector and all that. But otherwise, anthologies are a crapshoot because you're just like, wow, they got one great author and then like 9 dingleberries that I've never heard of just clinging to the ass cheeks of this great author. Or they could be just some tremendous authors you need to read. So it's such a mystery. It's a grab bag, you know. It is great when you have a good amount of authors that you really like, and then new ones that you get to experience and get to sample. That's when it's the best. That's why this New Demons one is awesome. But the Nepothene one, I don't care if I'm butchering the name. I just don't know how to say it. I just don't know. And I'm just going to blunder my way through just like every American. They have like Adam Neville. He's the only one I've ever known or ever heard of. And I'd never read anything by him. I only saw The Ritual. So it's just too much of a gamble for $700. Hey, Johnny's here. Johnny Cakes. Remarks are also crapshoots. You never know how an artist is going to treat your book and the drawing inside. They are. That's why you just got to save it for like those artists you love. So some artists phone it in. Others spend time on your drawing but damage the book doing it. I know. The next Fracassi and Interzone is digital only. They are no longer doing physical copies. I know. So it's like, I'm not even going to bother. Can we just call it nepotism instead? Easier to remember. Nepotism. Nepotism Press. That works. I agree and disagree. I love simple drawings. My Francois watercolor, they'll warp the paper, but it's fine. Yeah. That's going to be something. I know Mark Kennefic doesn't care for remarks. Is that what you're saying? Is it Mark or is it Hans you're talking to? Neville is good. I collect all his limited releases. Anyone ever read The Ruins by Scott Smith? I've been reading that. Great so far. I started reading A Simple Plan and it was good. I just gave up on it. It was okay, but I gave up on it. It was very smart. It reminded me of like a Coen Brothers movie, and I did see the movie ages ago. I just couldn't continue to care. But I was curious about The Ruins. I heard it's really good. So I missed a few weeks. Did I miss the PJ and the Beast side-by-side do interview? Yeah, we did that last week. We sat down, we talked about it, and I said it was such a great show, and everybody loved it so much that I deleted it from the archives because it was just like, at the end of it, we realized it was just a treat for whoever was there. Just a treat for us. Don't let this spoil. Don't let this get sullied by the world, by those unwashed eyeballs. Let's keep it special, guys. And we all walked away changed. A little bit transformed by the power of that moment, of those several moments we shared together. I, for one, will never forget it, even though we removed it from YouTube. You missed a lot of this, Jason. Just a lot more of this. They're all there if you want to watch. Go back and watch them. That's the fun thing. You can go and see what you missed. But we missed you more than you missed us, for sure. I did. Ruins is on my Suntop wish list, even though CD did a matte limited of years ago. Yeah, great book. Wish he would have published more. Really, you know, Scott Smith has an awesome story in Hark the Herald Angels Scream. Maybe I sold my copy of A Simple Plan. Maybe I shouldn't have. Because it was good. I just didn't want to keep going with it. Gotta run. Take it easy, Chad. Happy reading. Well, you give us those happy reading moments, and we'll keep showing up. Chad Lutsky, everybody should read at least 8 books by the man. 8 of them. I have both the Ark and the Proof for the Ruins by Scott Smith. It's among my prized possessions, and I feel that book deserves the Suntop treatment. That's cool. I'm glad to hear that. I like remarks, and I do remember Francois saying he wasn't sure what the watercolors would do to the paper. It depended on the thickness of the paper. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, meant to say Hans. Fawn was the one that got warped for me. It's still great, though. Dude, Fawn, really? But, again, it's a trade-off because those warped things are authentic. You know, the author did that. I mean, it's like, yeah, if the artist did that. If the artist ripped half the pages out, would you be jazzed about it? No, of course not. You don't want him to damage the book, but sometimes things happen. I recently saw Dune Part 2 at IMAX, and it was beautiful. What movie based on a book of your choice would you like to be made in the same caring manner? I never root for, I used to all the time, root for, oh my God, they got to make this a movie. So so here's what I would say. I want Heavy Oceans to be a movie. I want a Philip Fracassi story to be a movie. I want a Chad Lutsky book to be a movie. Because I want these authors to get that money and get those royalties or whatever they get that really can give them more freedom to write, more prosperity. That's what I want. I don't care to see a movie based on a book I love. Nothing will compare. But I understand what you're saying. Like, if it's beautifully done. So, for example, The Shining was beautifully done, but that was not the book I read. That was Stanley Kubrick's vision. And it was a beautiful one, and it was a brilliant movie, but it was not the book. Because there's two different sort of threads there, you know? I would say Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is more sophisticated and intellectual than Stephen King's The Shining. Anyway, so I don't ever root for a movie based on a book I love because that usually just ain't gonna happen. That said, I would love to see Pearl by Josh Malerman. I would love to see... I think Child Alone with Strangers would be awesome as a limited series, not necessarily a movie. Boys in the Valley would be a great movie. How the Skin Sheds. The Thicket. The Thicket was going to be a movie. It's supposedly starring Peter Dinklage. The Thicket's going to be hitting the screen, which that might be a good movie. I'm sure they'll mess it up. So nothing's going to be as good as I remember it. You know, John Dies at the End was a faithful translation of the book, and it just was weak compared to the book. So, what am I missing? I'm missing it. I have fun. Nice little book. I got a remark on my AE of Legion from Suntop, and the artist used oil paints and got smudges on the boards. Damn. But it was an artist edition, so... Oh, that sucks. And that would be great. Mark Muhurin's awesome. Sorry, but I had to say that every time someone refers to it as a Suntop treatment, he's a publisher, not a guy. I love it, but the image is sad. It's the hunter posing with a shot line. Oh. I got some great remarks from Keith Minion, and you all saw my remark. Yeah, that was awesome. My pick would be the entire Malazan book of the Fallen series. Though, based on them splitting Dune in half, that would require 30-plus movies. Loki has got to go. Take it easy, Stephen Wayne Allison Jr. I'm probably going to be cutting out soon myself. But to answer Johnny, I don't have a specific movie in mind, but I'd love to see Christopher Nolan, do a fantasy epic with practical set. Nolan and Villeneuve know how to handle a huge production. That's cool. That is cool. Both Boys in the Valley and Child Alone with Strangers were first written as shooting scripts and then rewritten as novels, right? Boys in the Valley was. I don't think Child Alone with Strangers was a script first. I don't think so. I could be wrong. Gothic has a screenplay, so Gothic and Boys in the Valley were the screenplay books. I drink and know things. Dinklage! And I ask because we all create these worlds when we read a book, and then given the many books, thought it was worthwhile to ask. Yeah, no, it is. And it's just always a letdown for me. Although I will say the Andy Muscaretti movies, the one from 2017, you know what I'm talking about, the It, with Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. I loved those. I loved them. And I loved Gerald's Game. Those are great adaptations. Those were really well done. I'm trying to think. Of course, the Coen brothers with No Country for Old Men. I didn't read that book, so I can't compare, but brilliant movie. But they're the Coen brothers. I mean, shit. And then you have Fight Club, David Fincher. So, and I haven't read that book either. So there are some brilliant movies based on books. But as a true interpretation, it never quite gets to that magic. You know what I mean? It doesn't quite get to that power. Child wasn't a screenplay. Okay, I knew it was a Boys in the Valley and Gothic. I was just testing. Speaking of film letdown, Salem's Lot now officially going to IMAX. Yeah. Why bother, man? Why touch that? Bill Skarsgård, that reminds me, there was a trailer for the new Crow. Looks awful, but I'm going to watch. I love Bill Skarsgård. He was actually the best thing in John Wick 4. Fortunately, that movie is going to be awful, Salem's Lot. I'm surprised it's going to IMAX. I thought it was going to be scrapped. Probably going to Max. Oh, Max on streaming. Yeah. The Crow doesn't need a remake. Still holds up. I know! Brandon Lee, right? Yeah, I totally agree. Yo, the original Crow. Oh, see, you just blaspheme, man. Hans did choose violence tonight. It was like, see how my glasses came out? It was like I got physically slapped. Let's see what else I had to talk about. What else did I have to talk about? Hold on. I gotta close that out. Oh yeah, I didn't get to show this yet. Here we are. Hold on. This is the bracket that Philip won when he went up against Swan Song. So I hated this. So over here, you can see my mouse. It's good, my cursor. Becoming the Boogeyman went up against Thief of Always and won. There's no way in hell Becoming the Boogeyman should have been dead on arrival. God, that just pisses me off. And The Thief of Always is an awesome Barker book. It's just magical. And Becoming the Boogeyman beat it. Kiss my ass, whoever voted for that. So then you got Becoming the Boogeyman goes up against Girl Next Door, and the Girl Next Door says, "Bitch, please." So Becoming the Boogeyman sits its ass down. Go sell dinged grab bags, chiz. And then the Girl Next Door shows up, and then it's up against Let the Right One In, and then it's Let the Right One In against Boys in the Valley. Now, Boys in the Valley had a little fun ride Where are we at? Boom, boom, boom. Boys in the Valley against Fledgling. Of course it's Boys in the Valley. And then it's Boys in the Valley versus John Dies at the end. Dude. Of course it's Boys in the Valley. Then Boys in the Valley against Tender is the Flesh. Duh. Boys in the Valley. Then Boys in the Valley against the Troop. And Philip and Nick Cutter are buds. So that had to be hard for Philip to watch. But of course it's Boys in the Valley. So then it's Boys in the Valley versus Let the Right One In. Right here. Boom. And of course, it's Boys in the Valley. And then Boys in the Valley against Swan Song. 2 epic books. Very deserving of that top spot. But there's only room for one. Boys in the Valley takes it. And I agree. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. And I hope it brought like a ton of sales. Or at least more awareness to Boys in the Valley. Although I will say, if anybody's on the market for a Philip Fracassi book, please buy Child Alone with Strangers Trade Edition. There's a very real reason. If you don't own a copy, get one. It would really help Philip out to move the last few copies so that we can get a paperback for Child Alone with Strangers. We all very much want a paperback. The publisher won't do a paperback until the last few copies of Child Alone with Strangers is sold out. So clean it up. Clean it up. Get those last few. Spank them. Get them out the door. Buy some for your grandma or whatever. I don't know. Go do it. Jeff, did you read Becoming the Boogeyman? No, I didn't. No, that's true. That's true. I did not read it. It could be a brilliant book. Wow, here is a psyched for the remake of Roadhouse coming. Who here is psyched for the remake of Roadhouse? Now, I heard it was going to be great. Seriously, I heard it was going to be great. I will hold off on judging. I enjoyed that bracket except for the douchebag that said boys didn't deserve to be there. Yeah, do not read any Duncan Ralston books. Kiss my ass, Duncan. Go pound sand up your ass. You have to be a jagoff about it. People all whine. People also whine that Philip Fracassi did not count as an indie writer since he has books out from main publishers, but Fracassi also publishes indie. Yes. Take it easy, Andrew. Good night. I'll be back next week. So I'm about to round it out too. So it's 67% on Rotten Tomatoes, the new Roadhouse. Damn. That's interesting. What else did we have to talk about? Oh, yeah, last thing here. Tyler Jones, Strider signed books in stock. Go get them. You can get a Strider signed paperback. And then he also restocked his store with some hardcovers. You can't get the dog as much as you want the dog, but you can get the novella. So go get the novella. You can't buy the fella. And then there's the Spanish edition of Almost Ruth. So a few copies left. Stickers and bookmarks, some cool stuff. You gotta love it. Go check it out. So that's my plug for that. Yeah, so he said Night of the Long Knives artwork later this year. My new novel will be published by Earthling. Paul Miller and I have been working on incredible artists who shall remain nameless. And just this morning we saw the completed cover art. For some designs, simple is better, but for this cover, we wanted something dark and complex. Something you could look at for a long time and see new details emerge. What we got this morning shocked me in the best of ways. It was everything I hoped it would be, and so much more. It's one of those take your breath away covers, and I'm so excited to share it with you all when the time is right. Ha ha! Yeah! So, anyway, that's it. And I repeat, Chismar has fans, so does The Crow. Oh my God. The trailer for the Roadhouse remake looked terrible to me, but apparently it's receiving decent critiques. Again, the original holds up. Why are we? No, you don't. You shouldn't remake it. It should be a done deal. But again, I got 5 hardcovers from Tyler in the last 5 days. Yeah, you're doing it. I think Chismar is writing the Crow TV show now. That's funny. Good night, Lance. Take him easy. Strider is my favorite short story from him so far. It's very good. I got to read it. Good night, number 1. Have a great week. Good night. Good night. Yes, good night, Dave. And I'm going to probably take my cue there and cut it off and close it out for the night. It's 10:11. Wow. I never realize where the time goes. Oh, every week I fire this up. I'm like, I don't have enough to talk for 20 minutes. I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I got nothing. I write my little notes. We talked about everything except one thing, but it was kind of stupid. Oh, we didn't talk about 2 things. Oh, no, we did. We did a little bit. Yes, we did. We talked about everything on the agenda. So that was that. And it was fun. And so memberships are rolling along. Again, please check it out. Support the channel if you can. It's going to be a fun summer. Let's have one fun summer. Let's have one fun summer. Make it count for all of them. Just remember what fun was. Be good. Be good to each other. Okay, so good night. Glad I had the chance to make it for at least a little while. I'm glad too, Jason. I have been missing you. I'm glad you're here. So I never got the magazine. Hot Jeff Summer. I don't know what you didn't get. Oh, wasn't there a new CD magazine coming out? What happened to it? I don't know. I tried to get an ad in it, and they said they're designing it, so they're done. But he wouldn't let me sell one to him or buy a spot. So anyway, I'll see you all next week. Be good to each other and stay healthy and strong and work on those glutes. Until next week, keep at it.